statements made during this broadcast regarding products or the claims made about specific products have not been evaluated by the U.S. Food and Drug Administration. Products and treatments discussed are not intended to diagnose, treat, cure, or prevent disease. Make your physician aware of all nutritional supplements used and immediately notify your physician if you have any health concern or undiagnosed sign or symptom. Let's Talk Nutrition is a health talk show that features scientists, authors, nutrition specialists, personal trainers, holistic healers, and experts in traditional, natural, and integrative medicine. Listen for a chance to win daily prizes and follow Let's Talk Nutrition on Facebook and Instagram at Let's Talk Nutrition or on Twitter at LTN Radio. It's time for some inspiration. Tune in to get fit and healthy. It's time to talk about nutrition. Nutrition for your body, your mind, your spirit. It's time to talk about proper exercise, stress relief, eating well, and supplementation for when you don't. Get ready to take charge of your health because your health is your wealth and the wealth of those who care about and love you. It's time for Let's Talk Nutrition. Welcome to the show.
Welcome to Let's Talk Nutrition. And we're at it again. And so are you because you're dialed in. Have a new guest on the show today. Dr. Heather Manley will be along. I never met Dr. Manley, never talked to Dr. Manley, so we'll see what Dr. Manley has to say today. Looks like she has some pretty good credentials, and we'll introduce ourselves, and we'll introduce you to her, and we'll see what happens. It's all good. You are listening to Let's Talk Nutrition. If you just happen to be fumbling with your radio as you're driving or sitting in your office or watching your streaming on your phone or your computer and you came across the show on the internet, but it's a radio broadcast show, but we're on all social media, all ways to connect to the internet, of course, your phone, computer, tablet, whatever, and then there's always your radio too, right? That's the way most people listen. But we're trying to connect in any way that we can. And you're always invited, as it always is the case on this show, to call the show anytime you want. 877-897-8255, 877-897-TALK. That's a toll-free number. Please visit letstalknutrition.com. That's my website. You'll find my articles there. Everything's on demand at that website, too, in terms of the show. The video of the show is on demand. The audio is on demand. You'll find the audio under a link entitled Show Schedule, and the video is right on the home page. There are a couple of more than a couple. There are some stories trending today that I found more than interesting. One sort of gets to the idea of how do you get people to change? That can be challenging, right? How do you change behavior? How do you change people's attitudes? And that's not so easy. And when it comes to health behaviors, sometimes can be more challenging yet. And the first story I'll tell you about is a wonderful example of how you can't force it. And then I often talk on the show about becoming exposed to toxic chemicals. And typically what would come to anybody's mind, I think, would be some factory spewing out all kinds of terrible chemicals out of the smokestack, or some manufacturing facility dumping contaminated water into a river or stream, or some waste dump. But I can tell you that we come in contact with some of these chemicals in very inconspicuous ways. And the story that I'll share with you and report on may surprise you. And then, if I can get to it, when I was a boy, I was an altar boy. And oftentimes, we, using very different ceremonies of the Mass and whatnot, we burned incense and for those of you who are Catholic, you know what I'm talking about. And I have a story on incense that for some will make no sense, but we'll see. Again, 877-897-8255, 877-897-TALK is my toll-free number for you. Connect, talk, that's what we do around here. Now, the government, in its wisdom and in well-intentioned, and congressional leaders in their wisdom and good intentions decided a while back to create a program mandating, please take note of the word mandating healthier school lunches. Sounds like a good idea. In other words, you will serve healthier lunches. This is, I guess, an example of forced compliance. And the program was instituted, of course, as you can guess, to try to get children to eat healthier. Well, what is that quote? The best laid plans of mice and men. The study was published online in Public Health Reports. And what they did in this study was to evaluate how compliant, if you will, children are with these healthier school lunches that were mandated by the USDA. And there's a controversial, if not, they said, and I'll quote them, perverse effect, close quote. And this is less than a month before Congress votes on whether to reauthorize this controversial program. It was controversial to begin with. And a new study confirms the suspicion of some school officials. Many were not on board with this program. And what did they discover? If you can show, Josh, the image for that press release, it's at the top of the page, of the little girl standing by the garbage can, tossing the orange into the garbage can. What they discovered that many students are throwing the fruits and vegetables away, that they're now required to take straight into the to the trash, consuming fewer than they did before the law was in effect. Now, you can't make that up. The kids are throwing the food away. You know, what's that? What was that in the movie, that baseball movie? If you build it, they will come. Well, just because you cook it doesn't mean they'll eat it. Or just because you serve it up doesn't mean they're going to eat it, people. This is unbelievable. This is one of the first studies to compare fruits and vegetable consumption before and after this controversial legislation. And it's called the Healthy, Hunger-Free Kids Act of 2010. That's, of course, when it was passed. After the passage of that legislation and the USDA mandates it put in place in 2012, the study found that students put more fruits and vegetables on their trays as required, but consumed fewer of them and increased waste by approximately 35%. In other words, there was a boomerang effect. So Dr. Sarah Ammon, researcher in nutrition and food sciences at the University of Vermont and lead author in the study, said, quote, "The basic question we wanted to explore was, does requiring a child to select a fruit or vegetable actually correspond with consumption?" Close quote. I could have told them before they spent all that money and time, no, it won't. The answer was clearly no, she said. It was heartbreaking to see so many students toss fruits like apples into the trash right after exiting the lunch line, close quote. Listen, ask any parent. Go ahead and try to force the child to do something. You may get momentary compliance, but the minute you turn your back, what do? They misbehave. That's not how you change behavior, people. That's not what you do. Didn't you consult with some psychologists before you did this? I learned this when I was a first-year graduate student and getting my master's degree some time back.
At Country Life Vitamins, we've been helping people live happy, healthy lives since 1971, and we believe integrity should always be our #1 ingredient. We are committed to this belief because you deserve high-quality nutrition, specifically crafted with the highest standards to support your health. Country Life's manufacturing facility is an NSF GMP-registered facility, as well as USDA certified organic, so you can feel good about the products you're taking. Country Life Vitamins is also the first supplement company in the United States to have a complete line of products certified gluten-free. That's over 500 products. Country Life Vitamins' pledge of integrity is based on 5 standards: authenticity, cleanliness, freshness, consistency, and accuracy. Ask for Country Life's top-selling products, such as Coenzyme B Advanced for increased energy or Flex Able for joint health. Country Life Vitamins' commitment to ensure all of our products are pure, wholesome, gluten-free supplements full of natural goodness provides peace of mind with the knowledge you are using a brand you can trust.
Coenzyme Q10 is a powerful antioxidant nutrient. It protects against free radical damage, supports heart function, energy production, and immune response. Aging reduces our ability to absorb CoQ10 from our diet, so supplementing with a highly absorbable form of CoQ10 is the first step to ensuring optimal levels in the body. Secondly, typical CoQ10 supplements are in a ubiquinone or non-reduced form. For the body to use that type of CoQ10, it must first convert it to ubiquinol or the reduced form. QH Absorb is Jarrow Formula's highly absorbable and bioavailable CoQ10 supplement. Not only is QH Absorb more absorbable than traditional CoQ10 supplements, but as ubiquinol, it's already in a reduced bioavailable form. Your body can use QH Absorb without having to do any conversion work. Ask specifically for Jarrow Formula's QH Absorb at your favorite vitamin retailer. For more information on QH Absorb, go to jarrow.com. That's JARROW for the best and highly absorbable bioavailable CoQ10 supplements.
When you're passionate about your health, that passion leads to the knowledge that exercise and a healthy diet are not always enough. Sometimes you need the extra nutritional boost that only supplements can provide. If you are looking for the leading national brands of vitamins, supplements, health and beauty, weight loss, or sports nutrition products, look no further than Vitamin Discount Center. Voted best independent chain by Vitamin Retailer Magazine, Vitamin Discount Center has been a trusted and valuable nutrition resource to the Tampa Bay area for over 15 years. With daily savings up to 50%, Vitamin Discount Center offers the best prices on the highest quality nutritional supplements. Not only will you find unbeatable value, your visit includes access to a staff educated on the application of products to help equip you with the products and information you need to proactively improve your health. To locate the store nearest you, visit vitamindiscountcenter.com, as well as access to articles on popular health topics, promotions, events, and thousands of products to shop from right at home. Your search for an affordable solution to better health is finally over. Vitamin Discount Center. For life, for less.
Hi, I'm Dr. Michael Murray with a minute of important health news. One of my all-time favorite natural products is a special extract of licorice known as DGL. DGL is short for deglycyrrhizated licorice, but I tell my patients that it stands for darn good licorice. DGL is made by removing the compound in licorice that can raise blood pressure in some people. Double-blind clinical studies have shown DGL is quite useful in healing stomach and intestinal ulcers. In fact, in head-to-head studies, it has actually outperformed popular anti-ulcer drugs. But rather than inhibit the release of stomach acid, DGL stimulates the normal defense mechanisms that prevent ulcer formation and promote healing. Clinical studies have not only shown DGL to be extremely effective, but also that it is completely without side effects. Clearly, DGL is a better choice.
Let's Talk Nutrition is brought to you by Nutrix Hawaii. More nutrition, better health, purely Hawaiian. Now Foods. Our products work. Garden of Life, empowering extraordinary health. Form Essentials, makers of the sleep aid Solace. Now introducing Zinnia for healthy hair, skin, and nails. Flexin, the joint health experts. North American Urban Spice, the only oregano oil you can take on a daily basis. Nordic Naturals, pure and great tasting omega oils. Let's Talk Nutrition on the web at letstalknutrition.com. We're back from the break, so let's rejoin Dr. Michael Garko.
Okay, welcome back. Welcome to Let's Talk Nutrition, wherever and however you may be listening or watching the show, and whatever you may be doing. 877-897-8255, toll free. So I'm reporting on this new study out of the University of Vermont, and it focuses on the government's attempt back in 2010 to implement a mandated school lunch program where fruits and vegetables were put in the selection for along the line, the cafeteria line for children to pick and choose. Well-intentioned program. It's the Healthy Hunger Free Kids Act of 2010. This new study shows that the children indeed selected more healthy foods, but they threw them away in the garbage can, increasing the waste of food by 35%. Okay, now, in the study, these people are well-intentioned, and they're trying to do something good here, but it's not working. Dr. Ammon in the study, and I commend her for the work, in an early study published in the Journal of Child Nutrition and Management, looked at what types of fruits and vegetables children selected prior to these new guidelines. Excuse me. So they were trying to get a sense of what kids would like. And the kids preferred fruits and vegetables such as the tomato paste on pizza. I am shocked. Or 100% fruit juice rather than whole varieties. Whole fruit, I'm not surprised. In addition to making sure the options are available, Dr. Ammon and her co-researchers offer these additional strategies in this paper for increasing fruit and vegetable consumption in the school lunch programs. Like, for example, cutting up the vegetables and serving them with dip, right? Or mixing them with other parts of the meal, slicing such as oranges or apples rather than serving them whole, and similar other strategies. Well, look, go ahead and do those things. Maybe they'll work, maybe they won't. Just because you serve it doesn't mean they're going to eat it. I don't care if you slice it, dice it, put flowers on it, dip it, whatever you want to do to it. You're talking about these children, even when they get into first grade, their relationship with food is in many ways formed, and their behaviors are formed. Their tastes and preferences for food were shaped long before they started school. And that relationship is a formidable one. As this study indicates, the kids, they selected it, it was there, they saw it, but they wouldn't eat it and threw it in the garbage. You cannot do forced compliance. You can't just put it on the line, the food line, and expect them to eat it. They're not going to serve anything else. You're forced to eat that. Well, guess what? They didn't. This is a matter of persuasion. This isn't a matter of just exposing the kids to the food and expecting them to eat it. You have to persuade them. You're going to have to educate them. You have to talk to them about the food and what it means. It has to be repetition. It has to be relevant. It has to be repetitive. And it has to be meaningful to these children. You can't assume just because they're kids, they don't get it. They get it. Should never underestimate their ability to grasp these ideas. I've spoken with children. They're very interested in this topic. I've given talks to kids. And there you can see the curiosity about, and they know that they know what they're eating is not healthy. They know that. So this is a more arduous process. It's behavior change. It's behavior formation. So I'm just saying, you're going to need to do more than just putting the food in a food line and expecting these kids to eat it. You might even have to have, guess what? A course that's in the curriculum that's like with, reading, writing, and arithmetic. You're going to need maybe to do that. They say, well, it's expensive. Well, hell, they're throwing the food away. You could use that money to fund the course. I'm saying, come on. They're well-intentioned people, but they're not getting the. And I gotta believe that Dr. Ammon and her colleagues know this already. These are researchers. These are not stupid people. These are a bunch of PhDs. I mean, they're got to assume they're relatively smart. They know this stuff. I know they know it. I don't know. The kids are throwing the food away in the garbage. And they videotaped them. They watched them. They watched them do it. And what are you going to do? Put a whacking hot guard at the garbage can and arrest the kid for throwing the food away? Give him a ticket? Come on, man. You're going to punish him? You can't do any of that. You just got to stand there and watch him do it. I'll be back.
When your alarm goes off, do you jump out of bed with excitement? Or does it take multiple alarms, a few snooze buttons, or a morning caffeine fix to get you going? These habits and daily stress cause a vicious cycle in which sleep becomes increasingly elusive. In fact, 54% of Americans report struggles to fall or stay asleep. For a better night's rest, look no further than Solace, an all-natural dietary supplement that supports healthy sleep and relaxation, so you get the rest you need to wake up clear-eyed, alert, and ready for the day. Solace has given thousands a better night's rest and the power to take back their mornings while enjoying the day ahead of them. Solace is formulated with non-addictive, scientifically proven, all-natural ingredients that support sleep and relaxation, such as melatonin, tryptophan, and 5-HTP. For more information or to order Solace, visit TakeSolace.com. Solace for healthy sleep naturally.
Over the past 60 years, I have prescribed and been introduced to countless health therapies from around the world. I formulated Medi-C Plus, a natural remedy with high amounts of vitamin C and lysine for maintaining strong bones, cartilage, teeth, and gums, and aiding in collagen formation. Now in my 90s, Medi-C Plus is my insurance for the maintenance of good health. Make Medi-C Plus a part of your daily health routine too.
Available at health food stores and specialty pharmacies.
Looking for the perfect complement to your beauty regimen? Try Form Essentials Zinnia. The finest of its kind, Zinnia offers twice as much biotin as other formulas, which has proven to unlock the vibrancy in even the dullest of hair, skin, and nails. Zinnia breaks through and rejuvenates cells internally, helping you achieve the allure of effortless beauty. Reviving your hair, skin, and nails has never been easier. This essential blend of biotin, alpha-lipoic, and hyaluronic acid, collagen, and vitamin C creates lasting enhancements to your natural good looks. Don't go on wondering, you're worth the results. This combination of ingredients can only be found in Zinnia. Pamper yourself with a proven bit of affordable luxury and start looking your best. Ask for Zinnia by name at your nearest vitamin retailer to begin your journey to restored nails, head-turning hair, and radiant skin today. For more information, visit formessentials.com. Let's Talk Nutrition is brought to you by Nature's Dynamics, garden to gummy supplements made by Dad. Yerba Prima, pioneers in internal cleansing. Renew Life, the digestive care company. NeoCell, the true science of collagen. New Chapter, the benefit of nature's wisdom. Let's Talk Nutrition on the web at letstalknutrition.com. We're back from the break, so let's rejoin Dr. Michael Garko.
Welcome back to Let's Talk Nutrition. Glad you could stop by today. My guest is Dr. Heather Manley. Dr. Manley's never been on my show before, so she's a new guest. We always like that. And Dr. Manley is an educator for Nordic Naturals, and she's a naturopathic physician and went to a pretty good school up there in Portland, called the National College of Naturopathic Medicine. And she wrote a book called The Human Body Detectives, award-winning book, and a curriculum series along those lines. Maybe we'll get her to talk about it. She's a writer, and she contributes to different magazines. And we'll probe a little further and see what other things she does. But she wanted to talk today, and it sort of ties in with a story I was just reporting on relative to the school lunch program, which is I consider almost like a forced compliance program, where the kids, this was a piece of legislation back in 2010 where it was mandated that school lunches, fruits and vegetables, be put in the food line, and this and that. Kids were taking it and selecting more of it, but they weren't eating it and throwing it away to the extent that they created 35% more food waste. And that effort, that school lunch program was part, I would assume, of an effort to try to curb this obesity epidemic among children. The statistics are stunning and startling regarding obesity among children. We'll talk about that. As you know, I talk a lot about the obesity epidemic within this country and worldwide. I think I wrote a 10-part series on the whole issue. It's on my website. So this is an important topic. And even though she wants to focus on children, I suspect that many of the ideas and principles will apply to adults as well. Be mindful, 68% of the adult population in the United States is either overweight or obese. Dr. Manley, welcome to Let's Talk Nutrition. It's great to have you on.
Thank you for having me.
Yeah, how you doing? How are you?
I'm doing pretty good. It's a little bit early.
Yeah, where are you? In Portland? You in Portland?
I'm in Los Angeles right now.
Okay. I was looking at, we're showing an image of you. The show does stream, so if you go to letstalknutrition.com, you'll see the image we have of you. You look familiar to me. Did we ever meet? Were we ever introduced and I just have forgotten?
I don't think we've met.
Okay. I didn't think. You look familiar. You look familiar to me. I don't know. Maybe I saw you at
we've crossed paths a few times.
Wait, do you go to the trade shows?
I've been to a few, but I haven't been to any in a while.
Okay. Maybe it's somebody I thought I met that looks like you. How about that? It's probably more the case. As I typically do, you're new to my show, and did they give you a warning about coming on here?
Oh, no. No, I was not given any warning.
No, good. So. But we work without a net. So,
right.
So the show's highly produced. I produce it, but I will seize the moment and take an opportunity wherever I see it to explore something. And given what you want to talk about today, childhood obesity, and given my reporting on this school lunch study, which is kind of disturbing, did you have any reaction? I know you were listening because I saw you were on hold as I was reporting on it. Do you have any comment or reaction to that story?
Well, I have to be optimistic and think that they, and I think you were as well. I mean, they knew they were doing the right thing, but I think what the issue is, and you kind of talked about it, is you can't just do one thing because the kids are smart, and it's such a big issue. It's not just about presenting the food. It's about, you're right, educating why that food's good, and bringing that into the curriculum. I think teaching about the human body really makes a big connection to kids and adults on why it's good to eat healthy foods. And maybe not a lot, I don't know how many, but many schools do have the garden program, and I think that's really a wonderful.
What is that program?
Where a lot of schools have their own garden, and they use the food that they're growing in the garden for their lunches. So I know I actually live in Hawaii, and the small public school that's right around the corner from us, they have a beautiful garden, and they bring in people to like chefs and nutritionists, and
That's
they have
wonderful.
The head gardener, and they really bring that all together. So kids I always find that the more you empower children and educate, the more likely they are to make changes in any aspect of their life.
Absolutely. When I was a boy, I had my garden. My mom would buy the seeds, and I would, dig the soil, turn the soil, and she taught me how to do that. And I would plant the seeds. I grew flowers and other things. And then my grandfather had a phenomenal garden. I mean, unbelievable what he grew. And I saw this growing up. So you're right. These things influence your relationship with food, involving children in the cooking of food, in the when you go shopping, helping them to select food. Any way you can implicate them and help shape their relationship with food would serve a good purpose. I got to believe that, right?
Well, I completely believe it. It's even when somebody comes to you with a disease, you can't just pinpoint it to one thing. It's usually so many things around it that are contributing to that disease, and it's the same thing with obesity. There's just a lot of things that are factoring in to why the child or adult is overweight.
In childhood obesity, according to the Center for Disease Control and Prevention, the CDC, they report that childhood obesity has more than doubled in children and quadrupled in adolescents in the past 3 decades. They report further that the percentage of children aged 6 to 11 in the U.S. who were obese increased from 7% in 1980 to nearly 18% in 2012. And the percentage of adolescents 12 to 19 years of age who were obese increased from 5% to a stunning 21% over that same 3 decades. I mean, those numbers are startling.
Well, I think we get into this vicious cycle. Like once you become overweight, you're more fatigued, your joints hurt. It's harder to exercise because it's harder to move. You might get depression might become a factor, low self-esteem, and so you don't want it. You become sedentary. So that just contributes to the whole cycle, and you end up eating more because you're just maybe sitting around. And
yeah, and you have this. Yeah, exactly. And the child is trying to figure out what's going on here and knows something is wrong. But what's happening too, obese children get reinforced because there are too many other obese children around them. They are more becoming the rule rather than the exception. Be right back.
Feel tired, lethargic, or irritable? Take solace. You're one of millions of Americans that has trouble falling asleep or staying asleep. In fact, according to a national survey, 54% of adults have trouble sleeping. So what can you do about it? Take Solace. Solace is an all-natural dietary supplement formulated to support healthy sleep and relaxation. Solace can help you fall asleep and stay asleep naturally. Formulated with all-natural ingredients, Solace is non-addictive and won't leave you feeling groggy in the morning. Take Solace an hour before bed and feel the calming effects of this extensively researched sleep and relaxation aid. For more information on Solace, call toll-free 877-533-7066 or visit TakeSolace.com. That's 877-533-7066 or take SOLUS.com. Look for Solace in your local health and nutrition store. Solace, for a good night's rest naturally.
Hi, I'm Jordan Rubin, founder and CEO of Garden of Life. Oceans 3 was created with a simple premise in mind: develop a line of premium omega-3 fish oil formulations that met or exceeded the market leader in quality, and then go beyond omega-3 by providing amplified benefits and value to the consumer. Oceans 3 contains ultra-pure, high-potency fish oil, along with astaxanthin and fucoxanthin. Each of these ingredients, when taken individually, have superb benefits. When they are combined into the exciting compound omega-xanthin, they work synergistically to amplify their already amazing benefits. In addition to the synergy of omega-xanthin, Oceans 3 offers unrivaled purity and greater value than the leading omega-3 fish oils available today, making the Oceans 3 family of products the best choice for anyone looking to add a healthy dose of omega-3 fats and a giant dose of extraordinary health to their lives.
As a family-owned company since 1968, Now Foods has spent the last 46 years building a legacy in the natural health industry as a trusted leader. Now provides a comprehensive approach to wellness by offering more than 1,400 high-quality health foods, supplements, sports nutrition, and personal care products at an affordable price. Now believes that natural is better. They don't use artificial colors, flavors, or sweeteners, and they offer many vegetarian, organic, and gluten-free products. Their foods are all non-GMO. Since their beginning, Now has grown to become an award-winning leader in the natural health industry. But one thing has never changed: their commitment to providing the highest quality products at the best value to empower people to lead healthier lives. High quality doesn't have to mean high price. From essential oils to amino acids, multivitamins to natural sweeteners, Now has you covered. To find a store near you that carries Now products, or for more information, visit nowfoods.com. That's nowfoods.com.
Is your skin showing signs of aging? Do you want hair with more body and stronger nails? Add NeoCell's Super Collagen Plus C to your daily routine to help you regain your youthful, vibrant appearance. Collagen is the body's key structural protein, and it is critical to the elasticity and strength of connective tissues like skin, ligaments, and tendons. Recent clinical studies suggest that supplementing with collagen may reduce wrinkles and increase the firmness of your skin, improve the thickness of your hair, and strengthen your nails. Previously, medical studies also show a wide range of benefits from collagen supplements that may help with your joint pain, bone strength, and exercise recovery. NeoCell's Super Collagen Plus C provides 100% pure collagen that's hydrolyzed for maximum absorption. Results are felt and seen within weeks. Super Collagen Plus C promotes a healthy body by providing specialized nutritional support to help fight the effects of aging. NeoCell's Super Collagen Plus C products are available everywhere fine nutritional supplements are sold.
Feeling tired after your meal? Occasional gas, bloating, or indigestion at inopportune times? You may have an enzyme deficiency. Did you know that many common digestive discomforts can be caused by poor digestion? When food isn't completely digested, it begins to ferment in the digestive tract, which may cause uncomfortable symptoms. Digest Gold, America's #1 selling enzyme product, offers unparalleled support for your digestive needs. It contains exclusive blends of enzymes optimized to be 3 times stronger and work more than 6 times faster than other leading digestive supplements. With just 1 capsule per meal, Digest Gold offers support to break down carbohydrates, fats, fiber, and protein. Enzymatica products are all natural, vegetarian, contain absolutely no fillers, and are vegan and kosher when possible. You'll find Digest Gold and other Enzymatica products at fine health food stores near you. These statements have not been evaluated by the Food and Drug Administration. This product is not intended to diagnose, treat, cure, or prevent any disease.
Let's Talk Nutrition is brought to you by Canavest, from seed to shelf. Country Life, a leader and authority in natural health and nutrition. Kyolic, aging makes the finest garlic truly odorless. Jarrow Formulas, superior nutrition and formulation. Natural Factors, where great health begins. Enzymatica, the enzyme experts. Let's Talk Nutrition on the web at letstalknutrition.com. We're back from the break, so let's rejoin Dr. Michael Garko.
Dr. Heather Manley is my guest today on Let's Talk Nutrition. Thanks for tuning in. Dr. Manley is a first-time guest on the show, and we're delighted to have her on. She wanted to talk about childhood obesity. Well, I support that theme, as many of you know who listen to my show regularly. Childhood obesity has immediate and long-term effects. We know that, and you hear me report on it all the time. Obese children, youths generally, are likely to have risk factors, more likely to have risk factors for cardiovascular disease, such as high cholesterol, high blood pressure. In a population-based study, the CDC reported a sample of 5 to 17-year-olds. 70% of obese youth had at least one risk factor for cardiovascular disease. They're not even adults yet. So these children are growing up with adult diseases, type 2 diabetes, beginnings of cardiovascular disease, orthopedic issues. These are diseases of midlife. And obesity is directly correlated with these diseases. Dr. Manley, welcome back. So this is a very important topic. It's often said that children are the future of any society. And no doubt about that, but not to sound alarmist, but it sounds and it seems, and the data would suggest that children in this society are in some peril these days. What's your take on that?
Well, I do agree. I do think that we need to be looking at the long term and not be able to do something that thinking it's going to change overnight. Because once children get to a stage of being even slightly overweight and more sedentary, it's harder to, I wouldn't say it's harder, but it definitely takes more time to turn that around. So you do need to go slow and gentle and bring in lots of different factors to be able to make these changes, because you don't want them to be an overnight change. You want them to be a long-term lifestyle change. Okay.
So in light of that, then, you have some ideas about how to deal with this, some strategies, perhaps tactics that would help curb this obesity epidemic among children and adolescents. What would you have in mind, for example?
Well, and I'm sure you probably agree to me, a lot of this stuff is pretty obvious.
Well, sometimes the obvious escapes us, Dr. Manley.
I know, and we sometimes forget to look, that it is simple. When we're talking about nutrition and exercise, it's basically, picking up the apple instead of the bag of potato chips and getting off the couch and going for a walk after dinner. It's really a simple start as that. So I think when we approach a patient or a child or a school, that's what we need to be thinking about. The small changes that you can make every day are going to make a bigger impact, because I really believe that once we empower kids and they start to make changes and they start to feel better, and that's the key right there, is once they start to feel better, they're more aware that they're feeling better, they're going to want to stay there. And they're not going to want to go back.
See how I can approach this. Culture is, many scholars and people involved in a study of society say that culture is the essence of a society, and culture has many dimensions. And when culture generally, but societies have a food culture as well. And our food culture, and I'm just speaking of the United States, our food culture seems to be somewhat dysfunctional in that, right? We see where I'm going with this?
Yeah.
And that every bend and turn, a child turns around and you look at the food options for children or the food options for adults in this food culture in our society, and it's always a Hobson's choice. One's bad, the other one's bad. There are very few good choices, and so that's a part of the picture as well. That we've created a food culture that sets people up from an early age and throughout life for nutritional failure. Am I overstating that?
No, I don't think you are. I think you're kind of connecting the dots. I think the food quality has gone down. I think food media, especially with the processed food companies, they have a lot of money. They're able to do a lot of advertising and market to children and adults. I'm really targeting that it's fast and convenient and healthy, but it's not always so healthy. I'm not sure if you're familiar, and I was just introduced to this book maybe a few months ago, but it's called The Dorito Effect.
Oh, no, I have not read that.
It's really quite brilliant. And he talks about obesity. That's one of his themes throughout the book. But when he said this, I was like, wow, this is so true. Our bodies really have this innate ability to stop eating when we're nutritionally fed. And he goes on to explain that and has a lot of articles supporting that. But he's talking really about how we're choosing processed foods over whole foods. And it's funny because I do teach children, and I remember asking, I think they were 8 years old, if they knew what the difference between a processed and a whole food were. And they all looked at me like, I don't know what you're talking about. And then there's one little boy, he put up his hand, and he's like, a whole food is something I can pick off a tree. So, it's always good to go back to the basics and explain those things. A whole food is something you can pull out of the ground or pick off a tree or pick off a bush. So he's talking about, the foods that we see in the market today really don't have the nutrition in it. So then what happens is that when our body is not being nourished by the foods that we're eating, the brain keeps saying, I'm not nourished, I need more fuel. So that gets us into, again, that vicious cycle of wanting to keep eating.
Yeah, okay. The Dorito effect, the author is, I don't know how you pronounce his last name, Schatzker?
I think it's, it's Schatzker.
Mark Schatzker, The Dorito Effect. I have not read that book.
Put it on your list.
The Surprising New Truth About Food and Flavor. Make no mistake, Dr. Manley alluded to it, these food companies have food scientists that work for them. PhDs, MDs, XYZs, you name it, all kinds of initials after their name. All day long, they figure out how to make food more appealing to people. But the problem is that these are fast, convenient type foods, right? An apple on a tree, you don't have to mess with it. You pull it off the tree, wash it, and eat it. Well, when you're dealing with fast food and convenience food, you're manufacturing this food. And they figure out the bliss point. They know exactly how much salt, sugar, and fat to put in the food. And guess what? They're trying to get you addicted. I know that sounds like conspiracy theory. I'm not a conspiracy theorist. You know that. We'll be back.
Statements made during this broadcast regarding products or the claims made about specific products have not been evaluated by the U.S. Food and Drug Administration. Products and treatments discussed are not intended to diagnose, treat, cure, or prevent disease. Make your physician aware of all nutritional supplements used and immediately notify your physician if you have any health concern or undiagnosed sign or symptom. Let's Talk Nutrition is a health talk show that features scientists, authors, nutrition specialists, personal trainers, holistic healers, and experts in traditional, natural, and integrative medicine. Listen for a chance to win daily prizes and follow Let's Talk Nutrition on Facebook and Instagram at Let's Talk Nutrition or on Twitter at LTN Radio. It's time for some inspiration. Tune in to get fit and healthy. It's time to talk about nutrition. Nutrition for your body, your mind, your spirit. It's time to talk about proper exercise, stress relief, eating well, and supplementation for when you don't. Get ready to take charge of your health because your health is your wealth and the wealth of those who care about and love you. It's time for Let's Talk Nutrition. Welcome to the show.
Welcome to Let's Talk Nutrition. It's really great to be with you, and we appreciate you taking the time to tune into the show, however you may be doing that, on your radio or whatever means you have available. And visit letstalknutrition.com, please, and you'll find my articles there. You'll find all shows are on demand. If you don't have the time to listen when we're broadcasting, the show does broadcast live from 9 to 11 a.m. Eastern Daylight Savings Time. And but, you know, since it's syndicated across the U.S., it does play at different times in different markets, and then you have to check your local listings. But you can always catch it live at letstalknutrition.com if you're so inclined. My guest is Dr. Heather Manley. Dr. Manley is a new first-time guest on Let's Talk Nutrition. Dr. Manley is a naturopathic physician, went to a very good school up in Portland. I mentioned that earlier. And we're talking about a very important topic, and it's childhood obesity. When I was a child, I suspect many of you, when you were children, to see obese children in the classroom was the exception. And I really tried to go through my memory, and I recall maybe one kid, one classmate that was really heavy. But other than that, it was very rare. And believe you me, children can be mean, picked on that kid a lot. Now, you start to see, you go to a classroom in some areas of the country, overweight, obese children dominate the population. We're in a lot of trouble with this issue, and I know many are trying to work on it. As my guest pointed out, Dr. Manley, this is a multidimensional problem. And it's not about willpower. It's not about, just one thing. It's not just soda pop. It's not just pizza. It's many things. It's the built environment. Are there enough parks and recreational centers around? It's the food culture itself. It's what the mother ate during her pregnancy. Epigenetic studies show that our relationship with food begins in utero. And there are so many environmental factors that are influencing and shaping children's relationship with food. And of course, you have what the parents at home, what they're eating, the children are eating, and so on. And the kids go to school, and then they see what's in the other kids' lunch boxes, and so on. One thing leads to another, and by the time the kid is 6 years old, the child favors a fast food, convenient way of eating, and likes those foods. They're tasty. We evolved to like salt, sugar, and fat, by the way. And food companies exploit it. They hire food scientists, as I said earlier, to do exactly that. Exploit our evolutionary tendencies to enjoy these foods. Read Michael Moss's book, Salt, Sugar, Fat, and learn how these food companies, it's an extraordinary book. It's extraordinary and so revelatory about what's going on and how our food culture is shaped by food enterprise. This is a very dynamic, complicated problem. Some contend that the obesity epidemic is the most serious epidemic and serious health issue of the 21st century. I tend to agree with that. As I said, Dr. Manley is a naturopathic physician, and she is an educator for Nordic Naturals. Dr. Manley, welcome back.
Thank you.
And if I could get my throat back, my voice back today, we would be in good shape. You may have to talk by yourself. So, yeah, I mean, you said that you teach children?
Yeah, well, when my kids were young, like I think preschool, kindergarten, around that age, and I was going into their classrooms and, helping out the teacher, and she asked if I would teach something about nutrition, and so of course I agreed. I wanted to help out my kids' teacher, but I didn't just want to talk about nutrition. I really wanted to tie it in with the digestive system, and then I really wanted to make it fun. So I brought in stethoscopes, and we listened to the stomach, and we, did all this fun stuff, and weaved in nutrition as we talked. And the kids just, like you were saying earlier, they're so curious. They want to understand it. They want to learn it. They want to talk about it. And it really inspired me to do more of that. And I had other schools asking me to come in. So I realized that there was a niche for this. And then when I went to the library and to Amazon, I realized there were no books on the human body or nutrition geared to kids that weren't like encyclopedia type books.
I see.
They weren't fun. They weren't entertaining. So I basically sat down one day and wrote my first book in the Human Body Detective series called The Lucky Escape, and it's a journey through the digestive system.
Wow. Good for you. And well needed, and the book has been well recognized as well. In terms of teaching children about developing a more healthy relationship with food, of course, if you want children to eat fish. How do you feel about dietary supplements being part of any effort to with children and as part of their relationship with food? Dietary supplements, as a matter of fact, defined by the Dietary Supplement Health and Education Act, dietary supplements are considered a food. They're defined as a food. So do you subscribe to the idea of having dietary supplements as part of a food program for children?
Well, I think, yeah, maybe as part. I don't think, it's a little nervous to say that on air because I don't want everyone to go to the closest big box store and purchase their supplements through them. I think it's because then people end up taking way too many supplements and they're maybe doing more harm than good because a lot of supplements have extra products in it like gluten and dairy and corn that our bodies don't really need.
Sure.
But I do think if you're working with an alternative doctor, a functional medicine doctor, you can really, figure out exactly what that child might need. And, vitamin D might be a big one, or vitamin A, or the fish oils, which would, be really big. So, yes, I do think that supplements do play a part, but I do think you have to be careful on the supplement choice, the companies that you're choosing.
Absolutely. And on Let's Talk Nutrition, I try to point out which companies I believe are the ones that people should consider, knowing as much as I do about them, and to give people a sense of, to separate out supplement companies from marketing companies and to encourage people, as you do, to be mindful that supplements are indeed that, supplemental. They are not to replace food. They are not to serve as a substitute for healthy eating and enjoy a good, wonderful relationship with food. So even women who are pregnant, pediatricians or doctors generally will prescribe fish oil supplements for the mom during pregnancy, right?
Yeah, and it's a great idea. You're looking for the Omega-3s. which is really important. And I think it's hard for us to get enough of those essential fatty acids in our diet, and taking a supplement is a really good idea. And also, it's hard to get enough of those omega-3s from our diet, from fish, because so many of our fish is polluted, and so, the mercury, and people are concerned about that. So that, in combination of getting a good dose, taking a supplement,
sure,
is a good idea.
And I have guests that come on the show who have children, and their kids take their omega-3s before they go to school. I know Nordic Naturals has a whole line of omega-3 dietary supplements for children. We come back, maybe we can lay some of those out. You are listening to Let's Talk Nutrition. My guest is Dr. Heather Manley. Be right back.
Exclusively from Natural Factors.
I'm Dr. Michael Murray. I'm very excited to have the opportunity to talk with you about PGX, a truly revolutionary natural product that works perfectly to help get at the core issues that make weight loss so difficult. PGX is a clinically proven way to help people to achieve their ideal body weight that is safe and natural. PGX leads to a dramatic reduction in the glycemic index of any food or meal. It also ultimately causes the release of compounds that achieve two important goals in weight loss. One, telling your brain that you're satisfied so you eat less, and two, improving the action of the hormone insulin. If you've ever tried to lose weight and failed, it's not your fault. You just need the tremendous support that PGX can provide. For more information on making your weight loss dream a near effortless reality, please go to pgx.com.
Feeling tired after your meal? Occasional gas, bloating, or indigestion at inopportune times? You may have an enzyme deficiency. Did you know that many common digestive discomforts can be caused by poor digestion? When food isn't completely digested, it begins to ferment in the digestive tract, which may cause uncomfortable symptoms. Digest Gold, America's #1 selling enzyme product, offers unparalleled support for your digestive needs. It contains exclusive blends of enzymes optimized to be 3 times stronger and work more than 6 times faster than other leading digestive supplements. With just 1 capsule per meal, Digest Gold offers support to break down carbohydrates, fats, fiber, and protein. Enzymatica products are all natural, vegetarian, contain absolutely no fillers, and are vegan and kosher when possible. You'll find Digest Gold and other Enzymatica products at fine health food stores near you. These statements have not been evaluated by the Food and Drug Administration. This product is not intended to diagnose, treat, cure, or prevent any disease.
Are you waking up each day to the life you have to live or to the life you want to live? Better health shouldn't be left to chance. Smart choices to living longer and stronger include making Kyolic aged garlic extract a part of your daily routine. For years, medical researchers have recommended adding Kyolic to the diet as a powerful tool to enhancing overall heart and immune health. Recent clinical studies at UCLA Medical Center using Kyolic suggest that garlic may slow plaque formation in the arteries and support healthy cholesterol and homocysteine levels. Previous research also shows Kyolic may enhance your immune system defenses. Kyolic is organic, odorless, and the only antioxidant garlic supplement available worldwide. Maintaining a healthier you could extend your life. Your wellness begins with Kyolic aged garlic extract, available everywhere fine nutritional supplements are sold. Visit Kyolic.com, that's KYOLIC.com, or call 1-800-421-2998 for a free sample today.
Is your fish oil wildly pure? New Chapter is proud to offer a whole food approach to fish oil, Omega. Naturally pure 100% wild-caught salmon comes from the pristine waters of Alaska. Like extra virgin olive oil, the fresh-caught salmon for Omega is pressed immediately after harvest. And that's all that's needed to deliver wild Alaskan salmon's whole complement of vital omega fatty acids. These omegas support your heart health. 1 serving of Omega per day, 2 grams, has been clinically shown to help retain healthy triglyceride levels and to improve the omega-3 index, a studied marker of heart health. And did you know experts recommend consuming 2 to 3 servings of fish per week? So 1 week of Omega delivers the omegas of 3 servings of wild Alaskan salmon. Discover the New Chapter difference, wildly pure Omega. These statements have not been evaluated by the Food and Drug Administration. This product is not intended to diagnose, treat, cure, or prevent any disease. Available at your local fine health food store.
Let's Talk Nutrition is brought to you by Nutrix Hawaii. More nutrition, better health, purely Hawaiian. Now Foods. Our products work. Garden of Life, empowering extraordinary health. Form Essentials, makers of the sleep aid Solace. Now introducing Zinnia for healthy hair, skin, and nails. Flexin, the joint health experts. North American Urban Spice, the only oregano oil you can take on a daily basis. Nordic Naturals, pure and great tasting omega oils. Let's Talk Nutrition on the web at letstalknutrition.com. We're back from the break, so let's rejoin Dr. Michael Garko.
Welcome back to Let's Talk Nutrition. Dr. Heather Manley is my guest. Dr. Manley, Nordic Naturals, I know, has any number of dietary omega-3 supplements, fish oil supplements for adults. They also have some for children as well. Could we talk about a few of those?
Yeah, they have a really nice array of children's fish oils and omega-3 products, which span from babies up until teenagers. So it's really nice. They have a lot of different ones available.
Mm-hmm.
Liquids, pills, chewables, depending on what is best or what's more compliant
for the child.
Yeah.
For example, if we could, people often ask, what's the name of the product, so that when they go into a store, they know what to ask for. You can talk about any one of them if you'd like.
Yeah, well, I'm really big into the liquids because I think they're easier to digest, and you get more of the omega-3s in, say, 1 teaspoon than you would taking, the chewables or the pills. So I really like it's fairly new. It's called the Omega Boost. I'm not sure if you're familiar with it.
I am. I've tried it.
Yeah, it's good, isn't it?
Yeah, it tastes good. The lemon flavor, orange.
Yeah, they have lemon and mango.
Mango, that's what it was.
Yeah, and I think 1 teaspoon is about 600 milligrams, so it's a good dose. And a lot of times kids will just take it, the spoonful. But if not, it's so easy to mix into a smoothie or mix into applesauce or even yogurt. It's very easy for kids to take it, and they don't argue.
They have that for adults too, don't they?
Yeah, they have a mega boost for adults, and then they do have a junior one that you can use as well. But I think the junior one's great for the younger kids. But once they become 10, 12, you can definitely use the adult version.
Mm-hmm. And there's and that's called Mega Boost. What about some of the other ones that would give people some choices?
The other one that I really like is the children's DHA. It has a little bit more emphasis on the DHA, and it comes in a liquid and a soft gel. And I mean, usually the kids love the soft gel, especially if you put them in the fridge and they put it in their mouth and it pops and it tastes like strawberry. And it's easy for the kids to take, and they get a good dose of all the omegas plus some vitamin A and D, and so that's a really great supplement. And then they go into have the complete omegas, a junior, and then they have one that has the D3 in it, which is an added benefit as well. So there's so many.
I know, and that's okay because it gives it gives parents and the children a choice. Different delivery systems for different, to serve different occasions or different circumstances.
For traveling, and the liquid's good when you're at home, but when you're traveling, it's good to take the capsules or the soft gels, and they even have like a multivitamin. And like a gummy, fish gummies. I think it's the Nordic Omega-3 fishies, which is great. There's no artificial coloring or flavoring or preservatives. So that's also a nice alternative, especially when you're traveling.
In terms of, and I don't expect you to do a review of the literature here on air in a few minutes, but in terms of some of the health benefits associated with these omega-3 fatty acids, for children and adults, there have been any number of health benefits that have been identified and confirmed in studies, yes?
Yes.
Yeah, for example?
Let's just maybe step back a little bit, because the omega-3s, can be broken down into two different sources, the marine source and the plant source.
Okay.
And the marine source is, like fish. And with the marine source, you're getting the EPA and the DHA, which are two of the main ingredients, directly into the body.
Mm-hmm.
With the plant source, you're getting the ALA, which needs to be converted in the body to the EPA and the DHA. And really the DHA and the EPA are what we're really looking for helping the brain development of kids. Eye function is really great for the immune system. It's shown to increase the learning ability.
Yeah, as a matter of fact, speaking of that, I had alluded to women who are pregnant taking omega-3 fatty acids in a supplement form during their pregnancy, and there's some research to suggest that when moms do that during pregnancy, that children, it's been correlated with better development of the central nervous system, brain and spinal cord, and higher IQs among the children once born.
I have seen that as well, and I think what happens is that I have so much trust and belief in the human body. It so wants to survive, and it knows what it needs. And I think the fetus is just like, I need the essential fatty acids, and I'm going to take as much as I can from my mom. And so, yeah, it is very important for the mom to take as much as she can while she's pregnant, to keep her stores up, but also be able to feed the baby.
Exactly. 877-897-8255. Fish oil, omega-3 fatty acids, of course, found in fish. And the fish get it from eating what, Dr. Manley? The algae, right?
The greens.
Right.
Algae.
Exactly. Yeah, that's where they get it from. So, yeah. And Nordic Naturals has an algae-based form of omega-3. When we come back, we'll talk about that.
Okay.
Be right back.
Looking for the perfect complement to your beauty regimen? Try Form Essentials Zinnia. The finest of its kind, Zinnia offers twice as much biotin as other formulas, which has proven to unlock the vibrancy in even the dullest of hair, skin, and nails. Zinnia breaks through and rejuvenates cells internally, helping you achieve the allure of effortless beauty. Reviving your hair, skin, and nails has never been easier. This essential blend of biotin, alpha-lipoic, and hyaluronic acid, collagen, and vitamin C creates lasting enhancements to your natural good looks. Don't go on wondering. You're worth the results. This combination of ingredients can only be found in Zinnia. Pamper yourself with a proven bit of affordable luxury and start looking your best. Ask for Zinnia by name at your nearest vitamin retailer to begin your journey to restored nails, head-turning hair, and radiant skin today. For more information, visit formessentials.com.
Over the past 60 years, I have prescribed and been introduced to countless health therapies from around the world. I formulated Medi-C Plus, a natural remedy with high amounts of vitamin C and lysine, for maintaining strong bones, cartilage, teeth, and gums, and aiding in collagen formation. Now in my 90s, Medi-C Plus is my insurance for the maintenance of good health. Make Medi-C Plus a part of your daily health routine too.
Available at health food stores and specialty pharmacies.
When your alarm goes off, do you jump out of bed with excitement? Or does it take multiple alarms, a few snooze buttons, or a morning caffeine fix to get you going? These habits and daily stress cause a vicious cycle in which sleep becomes increasingly elusive. In fact, 54% of Americans report struggles to fall or stay asleep. For a better night's rest, look no further than Solace, an all-natural dietary supplement that supports healthy sleep and relaxation, so you get the rest you need to wake up clear-eyed, alert, and ready for the day. Solace has given thousands a better night's rest and the power to take back their mornings while enjoying the day ahead of them. Solace is formulated with non-addictive, scientifically proven, all-natural ingredients that support sleep and relaxation, such as melatonin, tryptophan, and 5-HTP. For more information or to order Solace, visit takesolace.com. Solace, for healthy sleep naturally.
Impact Radio.
Let's Talk Nutrition is brought to you by Nature's Dynamics, garden to gummy supplements made by Dad. Yerba Prima, pioneers in internal cleansing. Renew Life, the digestive care company. NeoCell, the true science of collagen. New Chapter, the benefit of nature's wisdom. Let's Talk Nutrition on the web at letstalknutrition.com. We're back from the break, so let's rejoin Dr. Michael Garko.
Welcome back. Welcome to Let's Talk Nutrition, wherever and however you may be watching or listening or watching, and whatever you may be doing, 877-897-8255. It's very interesting. If you listen to the show, this is an evidence-based show, and it's interesting to note that there's nearly every other day there's a study coming out. If you go on omega-3 fatty acids and their contribution to health. And if you go on to, for example, a site like PubMed, where you can get access to studies that are published in all different journals in the medical field and health area, you'll find thousands of studies on omega-3s and their contribution to health. And then along the way, you have studies that come along that find no benefit of omega-3s. I won't get into it today, but there is a study that came out today showing that omega-3 supplements have no effect on cognitive decline. When you read that headline, you say, ooh. But when you get into the study a little bit more, maybe I'll do this tomorrow, you find that the sample it's a little problematic. And who they were studying and the conditions under which the study was conducted and what they mean by cognitive decline. When you read that headline, you would conclude, oh, these omega-3s are a waste of time. No. So I'll deal with that tomorrow. I won't. Dr. Manley, welcome back. I won't put you on the spot and go through because that would take some time and to go through this, but this is a provocative headline. I don't know if you saw it today or not. Did you see it?
No, I didn't see it.
Yeah, you'll need to take a look at it. It's a clinical trial. It was long-term, about 5 years. The population was I think the average age was 72 years of age. They had some issues already. You can look it up, and then maybe the next time you're on. It's part of the age-related eye disease study, the AREDS study number 2. AREDS number 2. That study where they look at macular degeneration and so on, age-related macular degeneration, and they happen to want to take a look at omega-3s and cognitive decline. That study, that headline is very misleading. Nevertheless, we'll talk about that another day. I wanted to mention, too, though, just to reinforce, that liquid omega that you talked about for children that comes in lemon and mango flavor.
Oh, the Mega Boost?
Yeah, the Mega Boost. That also is for adults, and it tastes pretty darn good.
Yeah, I completely agree, and kids do like it.
Yeah, it's good, and it's another way to get the omegas into your body. But some people are vegetarians and vegans and whatnot, and they don't like to have supplements from animal sources. So Nordic Naturals has a plant-based omega product from algae, right?
Yeah, the algae omega. And it comes in a liquid and also in a soft gel as well.
Mm-hmm. How old are your youngsters?
My oldest is 17 now, and my youngest is almost 14.
Oh, okay. So they're not children. These are teenagers.
No, it's hard to believe, but they do grow up.
Don't they, though? Did you give supplements to your children as they were growing up?
My oldest daughter loved cod liver oil, and she would go into the fridge and just drink it from the bottle.
Really?
And, you know, I must have been a tired mom. I don't know how much she got, but, you know, she had no problems taking it, and I guess her body needed it more than I'm not sure why, but yeah. So yes, I have given them supplements, and I think, a lot of the fish oils when they were younger, and they still take them as into teenagers. I think, as teens, it's really great for the mood and behavior and keeping them stable if you can within that realm. And the omegas are really great for that. The EPA is good for mood and behavior. And then we, target some things, like for skin health and, hormones. So, yes, they do get supplements.
Do you think, and I asked this question with a great deal of caution, do you think that omega-3 fatty acids derived either from food or a dietary supplement can play any role in this overweight and obesity epidemic in terms of providing nutrition for children? Not to say that it's going to curb the epidemic. Does it play any role here?
Well, I think going back, yes, I think it does for sure, because I think we're not getting enough quality fats in our diet, and a lot of the processed foods that people are eating don't have a good source of fat in it, and our brain and our cell membranes are made up of fat, and our whole body is made up of cells. So fat is a huge part of our diet that we need to really be paying attention to, and making sure that we're eating good fat, because it allows the cell membranes to be flexible and allow nutrients and oxygen into the cell, and when the nutrients get into the cell, then we're being nutritionally fed, kind of going back to the Dorito effect and saying that our bodies will have an innate ability to stop eating when we're nutritionally fed. So this is a big part of it. So I think fats are definitely something that we need to be considering.
For sure. And having different delivery systems, liquid, pills, powders, whatever, is always a good choice, because certain children will gravitate towards certain delivery systems. I mean, it's just the way it goes. There's so much research on omega-3s, and that's why when I come across like the study this morning talking about the omega-3s having no effect on cognitive decline, I mean, those kind of headlines don't do really a good service for the general health consumer public. They just don't. But when you get into that,
especially if they're targeting the people in their 70s, and they're not talking about today we're talking about children's health. So that would, if a parent saw that, they think, well, why am I spending all this money?
Right.
But we've seen, both you and I have probably seen huge differences in just behavior with children.
Absolutely.
When they're taking the omegas.
No question. ADHD, there are doctors that prescribe omega-3 fatty acids in the form of dietary supplements for that condition, and all sorts of conditions. Just thousands, if not tens of thousands of studies on these omega-3 fatty acids, whatever the source, from food or from whole food or from dietary supplements, which are food. 877-897-8255 is a number you can call, and you can call that number when I give you the LTN health question of the day coming up in the next segment, and you can win a $25 supplement gift card with the correct answer. Yes, sir. We'll do that, and we'll be back.
Aloha, I'm with pro triathlete Tim Marr. Tim, why is bioastin an important part of your training?
Bioastin is the strongest natural antioxidant fighting inflammation associated with hard training. It helps me get up day to day and put in the hard work without feeling sore and fatigued. I bounce back quicker and stronger. It also helps fight the elements from sun exposure, which is unavoidable when training for a triathlon.
Thanks, Tim. Make bioastin a part of your active and healthy lifestyle today. Aloha, Tim Marr. As a professional triathlete, training is important. How does Bioastin help?
In triathlons, the last leg is always the run, which creates extra stress in the body because of all the tired pounding on pavement. Bioastin's main ingredient is astaxanthin, which fights free radical damage in the body while fighting oxidation. With high volume and long hours of training, recovery is such an important aspect, and Bioastin helps me achieve a top-level performance.
Thanks, Tim. Make Bioastin a part of your active and healthy lifestyle today.
At Nordic Naturals, we know that a commitment to deliver the world's safest, most effective omega oils requires an exceptional process. That's why we manage every step of production, from boat to bottle. That includes sustainably sourcing wild-caught fish from well-managed fisheries. It means using state-of-the-art equipment and technology at our manufacturing plant in Arctic Norway. Nordic Naturals bottles and encapsulates our Omega-3s at our own facility and carefully ships products from our eco-friendly headquarters in California. The result? Nordic Naturals products have received more than 40 awards for taste, innovation, and product excellence. You can trust the quality of Nordic Naturals products and know you're getting all the health benefits omega-3 fish oils offer. Nordic Naturals' high-quality, great-tasting omega-3s make staying healthy easier for you and your family. When choosing an omega-3 fish oil product, choose the #1 fish oil in the U.S. Choose Nordic Naturals. Available at natural product retailers or online at nordicnaturals.com.
Hi, this is Dr. Michael Garko. Did you know that over 20 million people in the United States suffer from some form of joint pain? If you have joint or muscle pain, Flexin can help. Good joints are an essential part of everyday life, and the lack of healthy joints can prevent you from enjoying daily activities and rob you of a better quality of life. Flexin is specially formulated with CM8 to provide the pain relief and support your joints need. Flexin CM8 is designed to lubricate your joints and muscles while reducing inflammation and supporting stronger cartilage. Flexin isn't just another glucosamine supplement, it's much more. Its extraordinary formula is composed of powerful ingredients and a special blend of enzymes that make digestion and absorption fast and easy, with results in as little as 1 week. So if you want to enjoy everyday activities again and improve your quality of life, look no further than Flexin. For more information, call 1-800-NPAIN. That's 1-800-NPAIN, or visit your local fine health food store and pick up a bottle of Flexin today.
When you're passionate about your health, that passion leads to the knowledge that exercise and a healthy diet are not always enough. Sometimes you need the extra nutritional boost that only supplements can provide. If you are looking for the leading national brands of vitamins, supplements, health and beauty, weight loss, or sports nutrition products, look no further than Vitamin Discount Center. Voted best independent chain by Vitamin Retailer Magazine, Vitamin Discount Center has been a trusted and valuable nutrition resource to the Tampa Bay area for over 15 years. With daily savings up to 50%, Vitamin Discount Center offers the best prices on the highest quality nutritional supplements. Not only will you find unbeatable value, your visit includes access to a staff educated on the application of products to help equip you with the products and information you need to proactively improve your health. To locate the store nearest you, visit vitamindiscountcenter.com, as well as access to articles on popular health topics, promotions, events, and thousands of products to shop from right at home. Your search for an affordable solution to better health is finally over. Vitamin Discount Center. For life, for less.
The ever-increasing stress and toxicity we are exposed to from our environment, diets, and lifestyles make internal cleansing a necessary part of a good health regimen. Founded in 1980, Yerba Prima was the first company to launch a whole-body internal cleansing kit. Since that time, they have continued to develop and manufacture a complete range of all-natural, high-quality fiber and internal cleansing products. By using all-natural psyllium fiber and no harmful stimulant laxatives, all Yerba Prima fiber and internal cleansing products can be used over a long period of time to ensure optimal health and regularity. With nearly 30 years dedicated to all-natural cleansing products, it's easy to see why Yerba Prima is a leader in the fiber and cleansing products category. Learn more at yerbaprima.com, YERBAPRIMA.com, or visit your local health retailer. Yerba Prima, pioneer in internal cleansing products.
Let's Talk Nutrition is brought to you by Canavest, from seed to shelf. Country Life, a leader and authority in natural health and nutrition. Kyolic, aging makes the finest garlic truly odorless. Jarro Formulas, superior nutrition and formulation. Natural Factors, where great health begins. Enzymedica, the enzyme experts. Let's Talk Nutrition on the web at letstalknutrition.com. We're back from the break, so let's rejoin Dr. Michael Garko.
Here's the LTN health question of the day. If you have the right answer, you win a $25 supplement gift card. I was reporting on some of the statistics associated with the obesity epidemic relative to children. Here's the question. With adolescents, by how much has the obesity epidemic increased over the last 3 decades? Has it increased? Has it doubled? Has it tripled? Or has it quadrupled? By how much has the obesity epidemic among adolescents increased over the last 3 decades? Has it doubled, tripled, or quadrupled? 877-897-8255, 877-897-TALK. If you get the right answer, $25 supplement gift card. By how much has the obesity epidemic among adolescents increased over the last 3 decades? Has it doubled, tripled, or quadrupled? Welcome back, Dr. Manley.
Hi.
Okay, so I was looking at your picture. Now that flower in your hair, if people are watching, there's a nice photograph of Dr. Manley, Heather Manley, and you have a little flower in your hair. Now, when you said you were from Hawaii, then the flower made sense.
A little plumeria.
Is that what that is?
Yes.
Were you born and raised in Hawaii?
No.
No?
I have been there for a long time, though.
You have? What do you like best about living in Hawaii?
Let's say the ocean.
Really?
Yes. I mean, being in California, I'm spending a little bit more time here, and the beaches are beautiful, but the water is, in Hawaii, it's amazing.
Magnificent.
Clear, it's beautiful.
Mm-hmm. So you live in L.A. now?
I just go back and forth.
Oh, that's nice. That's a commute. That's a nice commute.
Well, it's a nice balance because a little bit of city, and then you get back to the country, and the commute is present.
How do you spend most of your time when you're working? What are you doing these days?
I am actually presently working on another curriculum for preteen girls, talking about the changes that are happening in their body, and that's what I really enjoy doing, is writing the curriculum in a foundational way that's not covering up anything, that's fun and entertaining, that the kids can really grasp and understand.
Sure. Good. That's a good way to spend your time. It serves a good purpose, for sure. As I often say, we'll never treat our way out of this epidemic, either for children or adults. We have to teach our way out of it. I've said that many times. That's my story, and I'm sticking with it.
I'm going to stick there with you because I completely agree.
You won't treat your way out of it. You have to teach your way out of it. Let's go to Tampa, Florida. It's pretty nice there. Sharu.
Hey, Dr. Garko, and hello, Dr. Manley.
How are you?
Wonderful. Like to be in Hawaii, though.
Wouldn't we all?
I know Florida is nice, but that's my dream now.
You want to go to Hawaii? I do, too. I'd like to go. I haven't gone. I have some friends that are... In fact, one of my buddies, he said when he passes away, he has a spot where he wants his remains put in Hawaii.
I actually went to university, Eckerd College in St. Pete.
Oh, you did?
Yeah, I studied marine biology and then went into pre-med. So I do know Florida.
I know you do. So, Sharu, I'll give you a hint. I'll give you a hint to this question. And the question is, by how much has the obesity epidemic or childhood obesity increased in adolescents? Now, in children, it has doubled in children. Now, I'm speaking specifically about adolescents in the past 30 years. Has it doubled, tripled, or quadrupled? And the hint is, of course, that it's been pretty significant. It's been a lot.
I'm going to say quadruple then.
Yeah, it's hard to believe, but that's true.
I didn't expect that. But.
Yeah, it's a lot, and I don't know it's one thing, I come on this show and I have guests such as Dr. Manley, who's, you can see, very well informed. She knows her stuff and is trying to make her contribution, writing books and teaching and educating.
Right.
But I don't know, from where I sit as a journalist, as a producer and a talk show host of this show, I look at the landscape and I'm saying, God, I don't know if we're doing anything right. I don't know if we're figuring this out.
Having an 11-year-old, I know, but mine loves fish, though, and he's he already flexes his biceps and and tells me I have flabs. So
oh, my goodness. Well, we got to get you into the gym, Sharu. We got to get you some iron here.
I know. But I started eating fish. For a long time, I was a vegetarian, but now I started eating some meat due to cortisol and adrenal issues. So yeah, fish has become my staple now.
Yeah.
So I have to put some spices on it. I don't really enjoy the
halibut. Halibut is good. Doesn't taste as fishy.
Right.
I would stay away from farm-fed fish.
No, I do the wild Alaskan
salmon. Yeah. Halibut is good. It's a white fish. It's pretty nice and tasty. Yeah. I know, it's tough. Well, it's interesting. I remember your boy. I think one time I gave him a protein bar.
Oh, yeah.
You brought him to one of my, when I was doing an appearance at one of the health stores, the Vitamin Discount Center store in Tampa.
He's grown up now. But
oh, yeah, he's a big boy, huh?
He's still small for his age.
Yeah, well, get him to take it. Get him to eat well, eat healthy, take his supplements, go to the gym, and he should, encourage you instead of,
Yeah, he does.
That's good. That's good. Congratulations. You won a $25 supplement gift card, Sharu. Thank you for calling. Thank you for listening.
Much. You're a wealth of information, Dr.
Thank you so much. We appreciate that. Of course, I have a lot of help with guests such as Dr. Manley. Dr. Manley, it wasn't too painful on this show, was it?
It was not too painful at all. It was a pleasure. It was a pleasure.
Yeah, it's good. It's we're glad that you could come on. And are you going to Expo East?
I am not going to Expo East.
Okay, so
maybe Expo West.
Okay, well, maybe if you go to Expo West and I'm still on the earth, I'll get a chance to meet you. Okay?
I'm sure you will be. But
okay.
Yes, I'd love that.
All right, I'll make sure that we look for you. And in the meantime, maybe if you make your way back, we'll look for you then, too. And thank you so much for coming on to the show. We appreciate you getting up early out there on that West Coast. I'm grateful. Thanks a lot.
Yeah, thanks for having me. Have a great day.
You do the same. Take Nordic Naturals. They're a wonderful company, great supplements. Their fish oil products are terrific. Your health is your wealth, and your health is the wealth of those that care about and love you.